Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Simply Sketchy. And today I've once again brought with me the man, the myth, the legend, the Bleach Demon! Cheer, everyone, cheer.
Or else.
Yes.
Otherwise, you have to listen to Trim talk to himself.
Yeah, and nobody likes my schizophrenic rants anymore, so,
I mean, and you're going to have to sing for them.
Come fly with me, come fly, come fly. Then we get a cut scream from Bezek. That'll be fun as fuck.
I mean...
Heck. Anyway, today, maybe if you see on the screen, you can probably see, recognize what this is for the more culturally, pop culture savvy people. Wait, it's not pop culture. Fuck, what's it? Mythologically savvy people. Today we're gonna cover the Flatwoods Aliens, was it?
Well, it's Flatwoods Alien, Flatwoods Monster, Braxton County Monster. There's a lot of names for this thing, but it's a rather infamous West Virginia, Kentucky area cryptid.
Yeah. It's honestly one of my favorites from America because, well, it kind of helped me getting scared of the dark as a kid because when this one first came out, they did a TV show on it, and it was kind of scary. To me, at least.
Yeah, well, so it's interesting, and I do need to stand corrected. Braxton County is smack dab in the middle of West Virginia.
Ooh.
So there is that. So I don't know why I always thought it was on the western border of the state, but apparently not.
No clue either. Hey, you're the specialist here. I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of that nebulous part of West Virginia where it's like, yeah, okay, it's over there.
It's over there. You'll find it.
Yep.
Now get off my property. You just hear,
pretty much.
and then you just hear a shotgun getting cocked behind you and figure out, oh, hey, I'm busy over there now.
So yeah, it's also kind of an interesting geographically. It's like, not quite coal country, but it's kind of in coal country, and beautiful area geographically. Been through there myself. Just not really looking for the Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah.
And the town, and I guess it's the county seat, I think, is also Flatwoods, West Virginia. Shock, I know.
I'm surprised. Who knew that a monster would be named after his area? That would never happen.
Yeah.
Ever. So one thing I'm wondering, the Flatwoods Monster I saw in the dramatization as a kid that scared the shit out of me, it had a weird pseudo mouth. Would you consider it having one of those?
That's the hard part about some of the descriptions, because some of them describe it, and then some it has no mouth.
Yeah.
So because there's this weird the way that the story unfolded, it's like there's more detail to it than most people know, because the basic of the story is, there's these kids that they're playing in town. They go up, see with their mom, see this thing. They're terrified, and like a dog, and they run away. And then after they see this creature kind of coming at them, and then like the dog dies like a month later or something like that. And the interesting part is it's not entirely true. The dog didn't die. The dog survived. So that's where it's like the face is it's sometimes just like there's a kind of a mouth-like area, or sometimes it's described as like a respirator from some accounts. but yeah, so it's kind of it's nebulous. There's no real solid description because everyone who saw it realized that they needed to get out of there quickly.
Which is honestly kind of freaking fair, if you ask me.
Yes.
I'm gonna say now, this thing looks like a freaking Dalek already in some ways, right?
It's like a Dalek and a Cyberman kind of morphed together.
Yeah, or oh, basically Davros if he hadn't skipped Arm Day completely.
If he wasn't handy capable.
Yep, pretty much.
There you go, YouTube. I'm being YouTube friendly.
See, I'm so glad that my friends are such progressive people.
Yes. Algorithm pass.
Pain. Anyway, before I
So-
start realizing the other things. Anyway,
I'll give you kind of the official rundown, and I'm going to be referencing the Braxton, West Virginia, or BraxtonWV.org timeline, since it's like the county seat actually promotes this, so they get travel and tourism there.
fair. Hey, if you got it,
So-
got it.
Exactly. Well, there's also other wild cryptids up there in that part of West Virginia, but that could be for another story. So all these events happened on September 12th, 1952,
Mhm.
and the boys were Edward May, Freddie May, Neil Nunley, and Tommy Heyer, as well as Kathleen May, that was their mother, and a cousin who was a National Guardsman named Eugene Lemon, as well as, and see, I've seen the dog referenced as both the family dog or just like the dog that everybody just cared for in the community, because that wasn't that uncommon in 1950s West Virginia. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a dog that just runs around, everybody like looks after.
Oh.
So they saw like this, what they thought was a meteor, and that's what they got excited about.
Yeah.
Because at that time you could get money for turning in meteors. Probably still can, but yeah, right now it was a big thing, and I can't remember the whole story behind it. But basically they're like, hey, this is going to be a good payday for us, for us kids. That's why they grabbed their mom as well, because I guess they figured, mom knows best. I don't know.
So they wouldn't. She could breathe there and be like, "Yeah, it totally is a space rock.
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
adult."
Exactly. So they ended up, kind of going up behind what was called Fisher's Farm, and I don't know exactly where it's located from where they lived. Haven't done a lot of Google Maps on it, but I'm thinking this is west of Flatwoods itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go up, and they have to go through this wooded area. And they end up kind of like seeing this pulsing red light in the distance. So that's got them very curious. I mean, I know I would be if I'm wandering through the woods and like, yeah, there's a pulsing light in the distance. This is strange.
This is not something you see every day, and I'm really curious about it. Better keep my gun close.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, if I ever move to America, I'm never going hiking without a gun.
That is generally good advice.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and I wouldn't even say just a gun, as long as you have a knife or something to defend yourself. But no, I mean, a knife's just a utility tool. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and in Norway, that's illegal, and I would never do that.
No, I'm glad you play 100% by the rules at all times.
Exactly.
So they get to kind of like the top of this hill, and if I remember right, there's a tree in the background, yeah, and there's a high branch that's roughly 10 feet up,
Hmm?
and because that's how they're able to measure what this creature is. Was this the height of the branch is roughly 10 feet, and they went back later. But this Eugene Lemon, he's got a flashlight and he shines it on like kind of this red light, and that's where they see the kind of the ace of spades cowl over the back of the head, and it's like it is not looking directly at them. That's the other thing. It's looking around, but so that's where that flashing red glow is coming from.
Oh, it's turning its head around.
And yes, and it's like it's looking around. It's like looking for what exactly, don't know, but they were looking around, and I think there's also like an odor, or you know, just like maybe some noxious gas, or maybe it's a fuel. Who knows? But they reported their eyes and noses burned from this.
Hmm.
So that's what makes me think it's a chemical agent. So again, yeah, they shine the light on this creature, and it starts this kind of metallic hissing noise. Because yeah, and again the flashlight, because over there, you know, September, which is early part of this month, but it's starting to get dark around. I guess I'd say about like 1700 or so.
Pretty much coincides here. It starts getting it. It's dusk at 6. No, 5 and 6.
Okay, yeah.
And then by, I'd say 8, it's dark and absolute black by 10.
Excellent. So yeah, so yeah, when they turn the flashlight on this thing, and it starts hissing and noticing them, and the eyes are said to be just glowing red,
Mm-hmm.
and also kind of like illuminating the cowl, so it kind of like the and maybe it's because the way that, you know, the cowl shaped, not entirely sure, but it's definitely like illuminating the whole head essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really like the eyes that are glowing.
Gotcha.
So they end up obviously drop the flashlight, run, and get the heck out of there. And again, that's they describe it having kind of like a human-like torso, just scaled up, and, you know, hands and kind of a skirt almost, with this, you know, kind of vague face. And again, sometimes it's a mouth, sometimes it's not, but the glowing red eyes are prominent.
Yeah.
So it's what is interesting though is, yeah, they flee, and they call the local sheriff, and I'm thinking, yeah, that the sheriff's office said they didn't find anything, but honestly, if some, you know, woman called up saying that she saw this thing, would you really go up there and wander around instead of thinking this lady must be nuts? I'm gonna drive my patrol car up here, sit, maybe wander around with my flashlight, and then go home and say, nope, there was nothing there.
Do the same. Depends
So,
also. Was she some kind of pillar of the community? Because it also depends on.
I mean, she was considered a respectable woman. So,
Hmm.
kind of a
Depends on the people, I suppose.
yeah. It's something where they probably would have thought, well, maybe it was her kids really thinking this, and she's just maybe humoring them, or it's blowing something out of proportion. Um, that kind of a situation where I don't know if I don't know if I would be like, yes, yeah, we're gonna do this if I didn't have a belief in any of this sort of thing. And then what? Yeah, so they go. Yeah, the go back the next day with I think like a news reporter. Is it Clarksburg? I think that's the big city up near them. Um, and that's how it gets into the newspaper. Um, so there's like, but there's like other correlating sightings of this, and that's why people went back and they found kind of a like oily black substance in the area that I don't they ever got properly tested, but they reported getting like throat irritation, nausea, vomiting, which apparently was compared to mustard gas exposure.
Really?
Yeah, which I found fascinating.
I
That's one
can
of the
see
reasons why I've always paid attention to this, because it's like mustard gas poisoning. Really?
Huh. Does mustard gas cause hallucinations?
Not usually, no.
No.
I mean, not unless it like gets in your lungs and you're like really just about ready to keel over.
Right.
Like yeah. So and there's also some like 3 or 4 other reports of the this thing crashing in the woods.
Right.
And from different areas, because there's a town that was to the north that there was a report of this meteorite crashing. There was what, like another family that was nearby, and of course some of them were like, well, it's just a thing, but another, I think, well, it was the man up in the town to the north. Apparently was out fox hunting, I think so. I if I remember right, or just maybe as coon hunting, I can't remember, but basically he saw something there in the woods as well, because he thought there was a fire in the distance, and reported this man-shaped figure, and they got out of there.
At least you can't say anything on their survival instinct.
Yeah.
These
And
are all people who are sadly avoiding the Darwin Award with flying colors.
yeah, I mean, I'm glad they were able to get out and report.
hey, I'm just saying this considering who usually gets the Darwin Award here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And so there was another report, and that's where I think some of the mouth stuff comes from. And it was a married couple and their young son, the Snatowskis, and they were supposedly driving on the main route between Heaters and Flatwoods, and I mean, it's only like a 5-mile stretch of road between the two, but their car stalled, so classic UFO kind of thing. And then they noticed this smell as well, and had similar like affectations to their as like coughing, sneezing, vomiting, all that. And the only difference was the hood was missing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's one of those things where it's not just like, hey, I saw something, it weirded me out. It was a lot of, like nausea. There were physical symptoms that were affecting these people, which I think is kind of an interesting thing. And one of the other kind of weird parts about this that kind of gets lost because it's like, hey, it's this like creature. Well, some of the, if you go back and you find some of the statements from the May brothers and their mother and some of the other witnesses to this, with the exception of the family in the car, they describe the movements almost mechanical, and maybe trying to explain like that hissing sound as some sort of like mechanical thing going on, because like how steam pistons and even motors can have that kind of sound to them.
Kind
It does
of makes you wonder if it's more of an automaton than an alien.
Exactly. What if this was something that was because I've not yet seen anything that really describes a UFO. It's more of a something crashed, this creature popped out, people got sick, and they described it as being very mechanical. Which, it's that kind of calls into question. It's like, okay, so was this an automaton? Was it a biomechanical suit? Any number of things are possible to be like, yes, this is something. And also, let's be honest. How often do people in the middle of West Virginia get exposed to something like mustard gas?
Yeah, unless there was some really uncouth type of testing nearby, that's really unusual, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, it's really weird to have this number of independent witnesses who have very similar effects happen to them from being exposed to this noxious odor, and then a thing in their area, and okay, what's going on? It's a genuine question, and I find that it's also interesting that a lot of the skeptics, it's like they always go with, oh well, it's a barn owl. Oh, okay, well, when did barn owls start having glowing eyes?
Hey, it's a bird, Leech. It's a government drone. Birds aren't real, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
And let's see. I'm trying to remember the size of barn owls, because they're not small birds. But
are they like Ubro owls?
sure.
We call them Ubro owls. They are massive freaking owls.
They are considered like a rather large bird, but I'm trying to find the size, because Wikipedia is absolutely trash when it comes to giving you an idea of. It's like, oh well, they vary. It's like, yeah.
It's like
Thank you.
Trying to get information out of freaking AI. That's
yeah.
Hey, Brock, is this true?
Let's we'll check all about birds, as I'm all about birds.
Huh. Crikey. Birds.
Oh, good lord! Just give me a size of these stinking things. Yeah, photo gallery. Yep. Mm-hmm. I swear, if it maybe it's just me, but the more information is out there, the less information you can actually use.
If I'm gonna be a bit of a conspiracy theorist, is like they're drowning us in information so you never find the one you want.
So okay, so it is 18 inches or 46 centimeters tall, and I don't understand this notation, so maybe it's supposed to be wingspan. It is 3'8", 1.1 meters.
Oh, that would be the wingspan.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a Autobahn kind of guy, but yeah. So
like
to say that this like self-illuminating creature was just a owl in a tree 10 feet up.
Oh no, I know exactly what it is to be on the side of all the skeptics. It's a radioactive barn owl.
Ah, yes.
Yes, totally, dude. Don't you see? Logical. It it basically glows because it's radioactive, and they get irritated because due to radiation, it farts his mustard gas now.
Ah, yes, yes.
You have been debunked.
I I'm just gonna say I love skeptics because their answers trying to make things the most mundane shit possible
Yeah.
are more wild and more just out there, and have to like have all the things that are going on line up perfectly in order for it to be yes, that's just a barn owl. Like, mm-hmm.
I love seeing the discussions between like diehard believer in something, diehard
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy theorists, and a diehard skeptic.
Yeah.
Not just people who are like these semi-reasonable people, like, it doesn't seem likely to me, but the people like, oh, I need to debunk you. I have to debunk you, no matter what. It is literally about life and death for Reddit points, don't you know?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
that's well, yeah, because one of the big guys who's like was debunking is a man named Joe Nickel, who finally kicked off, because he just died in 2025.
Ooh. Oh.
Um, but it's like he's like yes we're going to debunk these things, and it's like okay, yeah, like
Did you?
led one of the big like let's debunk the shroud of Turin, and then like that's where the radiocarbon dating was done on a repair done to the shroud, and it's like yeah, this isn't really the most convincing thing.
You want
um
to debunk something, you gotta prove that it is actually debunked. Don't just, you gotta do it from the source, basically. You gotta do it from the core. You can't do it
yeah,
from an outside thing.
nope, no. And let's see. Oh yeah, and it's like talking about miracles and like debunking like Christian and specifically like Catholic miracles.
Wait, is he the guy who said that Jesus walking on water, or was him walking on a spontaneous freezing of ice under the water where he walked?
That might be the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's like, yeah, it's one that it always makes me go, like, you really are doing more of a reach than half these other, yeah, like the people that just blindly believe, you know?
Funny when you think about it.
It really is, and you know, it's like because he went after, oh yeah, UFOs and you know, like ghost stuff, like tried to debunk spontaneous human combustion, and I'm thinking that's been kind of like a proved thing scientifically, if I remember correctly. Or it's like basically the body starts degrading in a certain way, basically like old women who drink a lot, or it's something away with the like the body processes things, and it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna go set ourselves on fire.
Is it very much like they consume things that body process into something highly flammable?
Yes. Yeah, it was
Believe it
like,
or not, humans can breathe fire, just not in the way you thought.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know we produce methane bleach?
Yes. And
Yes.
in large quantities.
Yeah. Did you know that methane also is flammable?
No.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, the next time you're gonna have a fart, put a lighter behind you. Or you know what? Actually, no, don't do that. There's been some really, really bad cases of people where that has gone bad.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it was a John Irving Bentley, I think what his name was. It sticks in my head because it's just like one of those names where it's like, yes, you're going to remember this. Because I had a book when I was a kid, and it was like Unexplained Mysteries or something like that. And yeah, it's like there's a picture where it's just like this leg. That's all that's left. Burned up on the toilet, I think. I can't remember exactly. There's like some weird spot. Yeah, it's like weird stuff happens.
Yeah. Sometimes you can find a decent explanation. Sometimes you gotta look a bit deeper.
Yep. No, that's why I've long taken, and anybody else that's been on here will be like, yes, we know. It's like just because we don't, our limited scientific ability doesn't mean it's not real.
Pretty much, I can keep a very, if you want, agnostic mindset when it comes to things like this, because at the moment we can't prove it, but you never know what we'll find out in the future.
Yeah. And well, I mean, you get stuff like phenomenon like St. Elmo's fire or ball lightning and stuff that's been documented for generations, and it's like, yeah, we can't, we don't understand it, but it still exists. It's like, thank you.
Greek fire was also a mystery, though many people suggest it's just a type of kerosene.
Maybe I always thought it was kind of like a kind of a napalm-like mixture.
Could be. I don't know. I've heard some people say kerosene. I heard some people say napalm. It can be so many different things. You'd never freaking know. But that's kind of what it's a cool mystery. Hell, it might even be some kind of super napalm that he Greece invented too. Who knows?
Yeah,
I hope it's super napalm.
To me, it's like Greek fire is something where I kind of don't want it explained, because it's something where it's just going to be the most like, wow, that's just like ruin all the fun out of it. It's like, yeah, no. And the way it describes, because that's like, there's, oh, well, it's like got saltpeter and sulfur and quicklime, and it's like, and then modern scholars, petroleum mixed with resins, and it's like, Okay, but you don't know what it is now, do you?
Did they make the petroleum?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's naturally occurring petroleum deposits out there.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it's like I'm just really curious because the way they describe it, it's like it does all these things where it's like maybe it's multiple things that are just called Greek fire. It's like say you're calling like a bullet. It's like, hey, well, you've got different calibers that do different things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so fun. Let's see.
Yeah,
Sorry for
back.
being a little bit quiet. But would you, there's one thing I actually started thinking about after drawing this and realizing what it
Mhm.
was. You do know I'm a big Zelda fan, right?
Yes,
Yes, I might have mentioned it maybe once or twice a day.
I had to ask somebody else.
Yeah. The, in the game Majora's Mask, there's this side quest in a game full of side quests, where you actually fight off a bunch of aliens. And they are inspired by these guys. Essentially, you help a little girl fight off and protect the barn's cows. And of course, if you don't kill everyone, all of them before they make it to the barn, they'll kidnap the cows and the kid. And she
Well,
will,
they had a good run.
yeah, and they will appear some days later where she will be completely traumatized, gone, unresponsive, basically brain melted. And
I
all
mean,
this
that's
will
fair.
also, yeah, and all this will also happen while the frickin' moon is possessed by a demon trying to crush the planet. Fun, fun, fun.
How is that different than last week?
Uh, hmm,
Exactly.
Fair point. But yeah, so it's kind of cool though, because many people do how like Nintendo, Japanese company, just take American stories or folk tales or cryptids and just make creatures out of them.
Fair enough.
Yep. It's all kind
Yes.
of cool because in the past, Zelda was supposed to be a sci-fi.
Oh. Huh. Wait. Is this the creature that they referred to as they them in the game
In
in
Majora's
Zelda?
Mask, yes, because
Yeah.
they don't have a proper name. As you can see, the description is similar, but very different. It's an N62 game, which was made in what 1.5 years on a dare.
Uh,
Let's see.
Ooh. Oh, that's hilarious. So apparently, there's a another West Virginia cryptid called the Vegetable Man,
Vegetable Man.
a tall humanoid creature covered with green foliage and a vegetable-like head with leafy limbs. Yep.
Okay.
West Virginia is an interesting place to go.
You know, it's sometimes you might also just wonder, is it just something in the water?
Yeah. Having spent some summers there as a kid growing up, they do have a large amount of sulfur in the water.
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
I'm, I can't remember the exact who told me about that. Actually, it might have been my grandfather, and he mentioned like trying to buy a radio station in this part of West Virginia, and it was like, yeah, to weird him out, the guy selling the radio station um got a pan of water, set it on, just out, took a lighter and lit the off gassing off the water on fire. Yeah. Yeah, again, it's one of those, did it really happen? I don't know, but I do remember that story. And but yeah, this was also like the place where there's so much natural gas there that some of the people, if they knew what they were doing, would drive a pipe in and use that to get free natural gas. I have seen this. It's not the most efficient thing, but it was done in a few small places. Like, this is wild. As like supplementary propane.
Sorry, just
And propane accessories.
Yes, king of the hill, baby. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's interesting also that, you know, this is just like a one and done as far as like incidents with this creature, because, you know, nothing else has ever like showed up. I was like, all right, what is this thing? Or what was it? Something they made up, hallucinated? I mean, I don't know.
Me neither. A lot of freaking things, actually.
Yeah, and that's like, I think that the weirdest part of all of the you know, like the Flatwoods monster is the how people actually were affected physically by it.
The whole mustard gas symptoms thing that's the thing that makes you wonder.
Yeah, and, you know, because somebody tried to write it off as, oh well, that was just from, you know, being like overexcited and being exhausted. Like, I don't think that's quite, yeah. I don't think you'd feel nausea, upset stomach, and burning eyes for being exhausted. Maybe that's just me.
It can be a lot of things, actually.
Yeah, it's just burning eyes is one of the ones that I've never heard.
Especially if it's spontaneous. It can be a lot of different. Again, it can be so many different things too. It can be exactly what you think it is, but it can also be something else.
Mm-hmm.
What's because you can get sore eyes from being tired, but it
But
kind
burning,
of
burning is
yeah.
where I draw the line. It's like fatigue. Maybe you've been sweating a lot, so you've got, you know, the sweat coming in and causing your eyes to water a little bit. But I don't think you would have burning eyes.
No, that's where shit gets weird.
So, and why would they all be affected the same? That's the other question. You know, if it was just like one of them, okay, fine. But when it's all of them, yeah, I'm hesitant to just be like, yes, it's just, you know, this other thing. And again, you know, there's a lot of sulfuric, you know, water in that part of the country. So maybe there is an open pond or something. You just don't know. But I do call into question, you know, it must be a, you know, very simple explanation. Like, no, it's something weird.
Not everything has a simple explanation, and I honestly believe aliens are real. It just depends on what kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. It's really interesting, this story. I really, again, it also is one of the reasons why I'm still kind of afraid of the dark. This and many other stories, essentially.
You know, it's funny. For me at least, it's like, you know, I could be terrified of it, but I don't know. Like there are more things going on out there than we know of, and I will figure it out when it's our time to figure anything out.
Also, you kind of have better reasons too with the shit you've discovered.
Yeah, well, that might be another story for another time.
Yes. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, we went through kind of like the basic descriptions, because there are some others out there, and ones that I'm sure I haven't encountered either, because and I think one of the saddest parts about some of this sort of thing is Fallout 76 has like a lot of this stuff in here, doing their own interpretations, of course, but it's like, if they wouldn't have screwed that game up, this sort of stuff would be known to more people.
Don't remind me. Fallout was... Fallout is really freaking good. But, Fallout 76, dude. Fallout 4. Oh, that's a train wreck.
You know, if they just made it single player where you could do some of the other stuff, I think it would have been fine.
Yes.
Where you could have like done it as a co-op or multiplayer. But man, they screwed the pooch for sure.
They did. The whole MMOification of it. It did more damage than it helped.
Yeah.
Freaking certain. Let's see.
Yeah, it's just and the sad part is I really do enjoy the lore of some of these cryptids. Like, whether it's the Flatwood Monster or Mothman, there's Hellhound stories, there's the Grafted Monster, there's the Wood Booger, which is another name for Sasquatch. It's like there's fascinating stuff out there. It's just, put into a game that nobody wants to play.
That's the worst part. How to screw the frickin' pooch.
Mm-hmm. I prefer that level of opacity.
Yeah, I just wanna see if I do. First, I'll do this actually. I find.
Hmm?
Maybe there would be nice.
Oh yeah, because now you can kind of see where the eyes are, but it's still like showing as illumination.
Yeah, and if I put this one here, put 64. There we go. I don't know if they have pupils or not, but I like it when they do.
Well, it's your art. Go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, adding a little bit of green, trying to be a bit more colorful, and this is also the first art check where I use my newest brushes, which are really freaking good.
Excellent.
Yes.
It does really look fantastic.
Thank you, dude.
And you can tell where the new brushes are being used too.
Yeah. Let's see. Just to see if it actually helps. Ooh. There we go. Just make it a little bit darker here and there.
Okay. So, so something kind of an interesting aside with West Virginia cryptids specifically.
Yeah.
There is a there was a kind of a myth long ago about like these gigantic like water dogs is kind of, like they call them like aquatic dogs or something like that. Well, it turns out that it is a giant salamander called the Hellbender, or Cryptobronchus alleganiensis, and it is basically restricted to the Appalachians, and it is a fairly large salamander which can go anywhere from about 9 inches to 16 inches, and that's the body, and the total length can go from 12 inches to about 30 inches, which is 74 centimeters for those that you are using French.
Titanic salamander that found in Japan, I think. Massive monster.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
it's actually related, and it's like the fourth, because all the Asian giant salamanders are kind of similar. But yeah, it's like people are like, yeah, oh no, that's just crazy, and it's like, yeah, no, actually, here it is.
This goes to show it never is over until it's actually proven to be over.
Yeah, because I think the first like actual true discovery was like 1821, and this was after like generations in the hills. They're like, yeah, no, there's this giant water dog, and I don't know when it got fully classified, but I think that the last of the full range was found in like 1940s. So yeah, it's like, we don't know what this is. Oh, it's a real thing.
Dude, imagine how it would be if the Vikings saw a anaconda. I'm pretty sure the name Jormungand would have been used a lot. Much better.
Yes.
So, with that, I'm going to conclude the art check of today, where we'd visited one of my favorite aliens of cryptid myth, at least, and the one that terrified the shit out of me, because this is basically what I imagine every time I looked out the window towards the dark forests.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't have any childhood, any traumas nowadays, but this was not fun when you were a kid with an overactive imagination. But yeah, since he said respirator, I decided to give him that, like a very basic. I try to channel a little bit of like the good old 1950s, 1940s pulp.
Oh, that's some of the best pulp writing ever was during that time period.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome stuff. Well, with that, I am going to start the closing process. Thank you very much, Bleach, for joining me on this one once more. It's been fun as always.
Excellent, excellent.
And a big thank you to Bezig, who goes through the pain every Wednesday of editing this and uploading it to my channel. Thank you very much. And also another big thank you to Robert Renato for letting me use his music. Linked in the description to both Bleach, Bezig, and Robert will be in the description down below. And to everyone who's taken time out of the day to watch and or listen to this, Thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye, everyone.
Later.